How's everybody doing today? This is Corey Lee's Boxing, and we are back with another banger. So please smash that like button, you guys, and subscribe. And yeah, man, we want to talk David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant, you guys. It just went down. It was a freaking, barn burner. It was an awesome fight, man. Both guys gave it their all. Put your joint on mute, DC. It was a barn burner. Both guys really got it in. Man, it was just one of those things, man. Like both guys, really showed true heart and determination for this fight. But there can only be one winner, you guys. There can only be one winner. And that one winner was David Benavidez. Yeah, David Benavidez, you guys. So, with that being said, man, DC Mike TV is in the building, man. What's going on, my brother?
Not much, Corey. How you doing?
Man, we getting it in, man. You already know, man. What did you watch the fight? And what's your thoughts on Caleb Plant and David Benavidez leading up into the fight?
Yeah, I did see the whole fight. The build up was crazy, obviously. A lot of trash talking, a lot of back and forth. That's what y'all, the fans, like to see. I'm a fan myself, so I like to see that kind of stuff as well. Builds more, a better storyline, hypes it up more and, just makes it, more of a mega fight when you got, two guys that, quote unquote, that don't like each other and, both guys want to get the win real bad. So the build up was crazy. And, I like the build up and it came out to be a great, great, great fight.
With that being said, man, you guys got to understand, man. David Benavidez came in there with the undefeated record. He never lost. People say he never been in there with, top level opposition. With this fight going down the way it went down, DC, I mean, did you see any holes in David Benavidez's game? And did you see anything that maybe Canelo Alvarez could have exploited, with this in this fight right here, man? Because it was a back and forth battle for the first 6 or 7 rounds. And then I feel like David started, hammering the gas and putting the pressure on Plant from round 6 on up.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Watch I seen holes in David Bennett, in David Benavidez is the way his fighting style and defense and things like that. And I saw it even before the fight. I think I told you, off camera, and I'm gonna say it here, like, Benavidez is a good fighter. Mike Tyson, named him the Mexican Monster, which is good. But in my opinion, he's a good fighter, but he still, still has a lot of work on, and he still kind of, as Mayweather said at one point, he's straight up and down with no special effects. ABC 1, 2, 3, simple, easy to figure out. Benavidez is good. Obviously, he's hitting, but I think he's exactly that. There's no trickery with him. He just come forward and he's swinging. You ain't got to worry about him tricking you out and faking you out. You got to worry about him coming forward and getting hit with hard punches. So obviously, I saw holes before the fight. I think Canelo, even before, and this fight just proved it again. Like the modern boxer, boxer versus slugger. And so those type of fights right there make some of the best fights. But Caleb obviously exposed him a little bit, and I thought he was kind of exposed beforehand. But Benavidez is still a good fighter, still hard puncher. I think I think he's kind of the in a sense I think he's kind of the modern George, like young George Foreman in a sense. He's the same way, coming forward, swinging hard, ain't nothing trickery with him. You gotta worry about punches and take it. So, Caleb obviously able to, they say it's the punches that you don't see.
Yeah.
I said once again, Dave Benavidez is not trickery, ain't nothing, slick with it. Is plain and simple. So Caleb saw all of it, and he was able to, take it and get knocked out. So I think, that was, and obviously, Caleb did a lot of hard, but hope I answered your question the right way. I didn't want to talk too much.
Well, yeah, I mean, with that being said, you had a really good point on, Canelo Alvarez stopped Caleb Plant, and David Benavidez was not able to stop him. Does that put, maybe a little glitch in his armor that people really thought he was that guy to stop a guy like that? I mean, how does he come? How does moving forward? How do you look at David Benavidez? Is he the Mexican monster that everybody's saying he is, DC? Or do you feel like you said, there's no special effects? Or do you feel like, he's still learning? He's still only, 25, 26 years old. He's still very young. And, or do you feel like this is pretty much the full package? This is what we're gonna get. This is 100% how David Benavidez is gonna be. This is his style,
Yep, I
pretty
think
much.
it's yeah, I think this is his style. I think he's 24, 25 fights in. I think, in my opinion, you can't make a late running horse a lead running horse. I think he is who he is at this point. And they can try their best to, try to go on there to make him, throw more feints and, fake guys out, this and that. But I think at this point now, 25 fights, and I think David Benavidez is who he is at this point. Um, so I also think, Caleb, he has more cojones, I think, than all these other fighters in the 168-pound division because they didn't want to fight Benavidez and Caleb Plant, who doesn't even, who's a very slick, smart fighter who doesn't even hit that hard, had to prove to y'all that, Benavidez is not this, quote unquote Mexican monster. So that was, I'm saying, a mega fight last night. All the stars are obviously out there. Tank, Deontay Wilder, The Undertaker, a lot of people was out there last night. So I think Caleb definitely proved to a lot of these other fighters that, I'm saying, y'all ain't got the same heart he got. And it definitely put a chink in Benavidez's armor.
Wow, man. Shout out to Charles D in the chat. Smash that like button, y'all. Let's definitely get these likes up, man. I mean, so with that being said, DC, I mean, yeah, David Benavidez was, we thought he was a really good fighter. We thought he was the guy to possibly dethrone Canelo Alvarez. Looking forward at it now, and hindsight's 2020. You know, are we looking at the next big mega superstar in boxing in David Benavidez? Is he that guy?
Um, well, superstar, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it depends on how you define
He does
superstar. I
have the,
mean,
he does have some of the stuff over his head, with the, testing positive for cocaine and stuff like that. Can he get to that, that superstar Canelo level?
can you get there? I don't know. I really can't say. But I do know last night he had a lot of celebrities out there. I don't know what the capacity was last night at the fight last night, but whatever it was, he was obviously able to bring in send some stars out. But as far as Canelo level, I mean, I think it's far too early to tell. I think, matter of fact, I wonder how many followers he has on Instagram. Do you know how many followers he has on Instagram?
Who?
David Benavidez. Does
David
it tell you that?
Benavidez? I think it's, hold on, let me check. Let me check, man. Let me check. Let me check. Is that what we're doing now? Going off of Instagram
Uh,
followers?
I mean, kind of, sort of. I mean, I'm just kind of curious to see what his numbers are on there.
Yeah. Let's check them out, man. So you said that's a good, like, I guess you could say barometer, like a good gauge on, how good a fighter is or how popular a fighter is, on his Instagram followers.
How you doing? I'm good. Yeah.
Oh shit, dude.
Hold on a second. Where's my phone? Can you pick it up? Pick it up? Oh, yeah. No problem. Yeah. What you got, Corey?
Yeah, let me see what we got here. I'm going to it now, man. I'm getting all this craziness on the web. 349,000.
Oh, yeah, nah. I mean,
And
I don't even think
Canelo
David.
Alvarez Instagram following is 14 million.
Yeah, I think David Benavidez is below Tank Davis at this point. So it's kind of hard to tell right now. He only got 25 fights in, so nah, I wouldn't even compare him to a Canelo no time soon.
Okay.
I mean, unless you feel otherwise about it, but I mean, I wouldn't compare him to him.
Yeah, I mean, no, right now I feel like, yeah, but I mean, with speaking on this fight real quick, to touch on this fight a little bit more, um, where does Caleb Plant go from now? We got Caleb Plant. He was trying to make an awesome effort. He tried his best in the fight.
Right.
Things didn't go his way. I know, a lot of people were rooting for Caleb Plant to win this fight. A
Right.
lot of people thought that Caleb Plant was going to win this fight. You know what I mean? I can't wait to collect when I get back to work, DC. Your boy then came up a little bit. You know what I mean? Just betting on David Benavidez. There was people that really thought Caleb Plant was going to win this fight, you know? And I bet on Benavidez. I stayed firm on Benavidez winning, and he did win. But moving forward for Caleb Plant, does he go down to a journeyman type level, not journeyman type level, but does he fight a journeyman type of opponent, going forward, or a fighter with a couple losses, or does he go right back into the fire? I mean, that's Canelo, Durrell, and Benavidez in Caleb Plant's last three fights. Smash that
So
like button,
he's
y'all. Let's get these likes up.
he's 1-2 in his last three.
He's
I
one and
mean,
two. He's 1-2 in his last three fights, and his last and just the Canelo and Benavidez fights alone, I feel like he took a lot of punishment. DC Mike,
right. Um,
especially in the Benavidez fight.
do you think he took more than Benavidez?
I think he took more in the Benavidez because it wasn't, he didn't just get stopped. Okay, when Benavidez got stopped, the fight was over. No more punches were landed. You know,
Right.
David Benavidez still was opening up and teeing off of him another round or two more. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel like it was more punishment just in the 12 rounds of Benavidez um
Right.
versus Plant than Canelo versus Plant. I feel like Canelo was, trying to pick his shots. He was boxing. He was mixing boxing and power. I feel like with
Right.
David Benavidez, it's almost 100% power. It's like, yeah, he throws, little shots here and there to try to, disrupt you and get your game off. But for the majority, man, Benavidez is bringing power
Right.
and a lot of it.
Right. I mean, I'm trying to rack my brain. Remember, if you even asked me who I thought was going between Benavidez and Plant, did you ask me that? Or maybe
I
some
think
other
I
people asked me
asked you
that.
that, and I think you were saying,
I was like,
you were in the
I
middle.
don't
You were
know.
right
Yeah, I was
smack
in the
dab in
middle.
the middle.
I wasn't sure because I knew. I said watching Benavidez fight, I was like, his balance isn't. He got good balance, but sometimes he be squared up and his defense obviously ain't that great, and he just simple fighter. And I was like, Plank, and possibly my thing was, if he could outbox Benavidez, can he not get tired? And if he get hit, can he take it? I had a feeling if he got hit good, he wouldn't be able to take it. But I was like, as long as he doesn't get tired, he can keep it up. He can, win a decision. But obviously, I think the game plan, was working. He was boxing, he was winning. And then once again, once he got, a little tired or got hit with a big shot, his energy went down. But I kind of had a feeling the fight would go that way, but I wasn't too sure. So I knew Benavidez wasn't as sharp and as smart as Canelo was, but I knew he probably, possibly hit harder than Canelo. But
Yeah, he
I
hit hard.
wasn't, that's why I was in the middle. I wasn't really, too sure. But I was like, Benavidez won. I thought he would win by knockout, but Obviously Caleb started training. He must have did some serious training on his neck or something, because he was taking them shots.
Did you
And
feel
I'm
like
sure.
he took more punishment in the Benavidez fight or the Canelo fight?
Yeah, I agree with you. Probably in the Benavidez fight, because he didn't go down. He was, still standing upright, getting hit with the, clubbing shots, behind the head.
Caleb Plant still has never been knocked down by David Benavidez.
Yeah, I think all that trash
As
talking, saying he gonna
crazy
knock
as
him out.
crazy as it sounded, you know, do you think that Caleb Plant's corner should have threw in the towel?
No. For what? No.
There's people online saying that Caleb Plant's trainer, Breadman, or
Birdman.
his father should have possibly threw in the towel when it got real murky out there for him in the 10th, 11th, and 12th.
I don't know what everybody else is saying, but it didn't look that damn bad to me. He was still coherent. He still knew where he was at. So stop the fight for what? Obviously you get hit in the face a
That's
few
what the
times. Your
internet's
face.
saying. That's what they're talking about right now. They're saying that this fight should have been stopped. It went on a couple rounds past what it should have went.
Why? How they come to that conclusion? That's what I'm checking. So people in your comment section are saying that, or
They were
the
saying that
masses are saying
online when
that.
I checked. I was looking at
Oh,
David Benavidez's post-fight press
let me get a
conference,
quick picture. Hold on.
and
Hold on.
actually it was the media. The media were asking him.
Hold
People
on.
in the crowd were saying that they should stop it and stuff like that. I guess, and the media was like asking Benavidez and stuff like you know, do you think that they should have stopped the fight? And then David Benavidez says, I think Caleb Plant's a warrior.
Yeah,
He said we're both warriors.
right. I mean,
And do you think that David Benavidez got the respect of Caleb Plant after the end of the fight? Because they hugged
of
and
course he did.
they,
Of course he did.
they hugged and they were cool after that.
Yeah. He's had to, getting in settle like, man. Of course he did. But I think when it comes to the brain, man, it's kind of tricky. But once again, me looking at the fight, Caleb was still coherent and everything like that. But you was at that fight to MGM a couple years ago when what's the guy's name? Dadashev fought the other guy, and he was going toe to toe, and he seemed fine. And the
Yeah,
next thing you know, he
Chef.
passed
Yeah,
out.
but I said that. I said I was on press row, and I told the media members you can even ask Fighter IQ. He was there. He was right beside me. I got video of it. I
Uh-huh.
said, look, man, they should stop this fight. Why is this fight? Because you got to understand, man. I was hearing some of these shots, DC, and they were flush and they were to the skull. And I was like, damn it, this dude getting hammered. But he kept coming back. Like you said, he kept coming back. But the amount of punishment this dude was taking, it
How
was
you doing,
almost
man?
like
Pretty good.
he got hit
Come
twice.
down, buddy.
He got hit
Thing.
5 times and went back once or twice. And then it
Right.
was like he came forward, but when he came forward, I feel like he didn't come back forward the same way he left. Like it was like a battering effect. Like this guy was
Right.
taking serious punishment. And so that's why I kind
Right.
of was like, in the Plant fight, I kind of seen that happening a little bit in the Plant fight. That's why Caleb Plant went to the fucking hospital, DC. I told you about that shit. He went to the hospital because
Right.
it was one of those ongoing ass whoopings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Caleb Plant lost like the 10th, 11th, and 12th for sure. And it was just like, what are we doing here? But it was a close fight, because I guess Caleb Plant, the first 6 rounds, were very, very close. So it's like, you know,
Yeah.
we really was like, damn, And I feel like
Yeah.
if they ended the fight, DC, then a lot of people would be like, they ended it too early. You got to let him go out like a warrior. They would have been those people
Right.
that would have said shit too.
Yeah. And another thing.
The
God
weekend
damn.
warrior guys, and people like, man, you got to let him go out on his shield. and all that. But
Yeah.
you seen fighters punch drunk. You seen fighters, completely fucked after the sport.
Right.
And it's like I don't know. I
It,
just thought that Caleb Plant, he had to go out on his even in his eyes, he didn't want it to get stopped. I feel like he was like when the doctor
hmm
stopped and checked him out. I don't know if you seen that part in the fight, and they were looking at his nose and shit, and the doctor was looking at his nose, and Caleb Plant was like, "What? Like, what's wrong?" Like, and this
Yeah.
dude was getting beat the fuck up, and he was still trying to keep going. So it
Right.
was like you just at this point, man. Even Kenny Bayless was looking crazy. You got to see some of the way he looked at this fight. Like you gonna see some memes after this shit, yo, because this shit was wild,
Yeah.
yo. You gonna see some shit like
Yeah.
what Kenny Bayless is gonna be looking at the ref. I mean, the ref Kenny Bayless is gonna be looking at the two fighters like
Hello.
y'all
Hello.
going
No
in
problem.
right now. But it
Yeah.
almost looked like
I'm,
Kenny, and that's another thing
are you
too,
too?
DC.
Yeah.
Benavidez's camp kept saying Kenny Bayless, pretty much did a horrible job, with not even giving Caleb Plant a warning for all the holding. Do you think it was too much excessive holding?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's a thin line. You know what I mean? I guess if we had to go back and count how many times he held Benavidez and versus how many times Benavidez, hit him behind the head. I mean, that's I don't know. He definitely hurt him a lot. You know what I mean? Do I think it was excessive? I don't know. Do y'all think Muhammad Ali held Joe Frazier a lot when they fought? Do y'all think that was excessive? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just thought he did what he had to do to survive. Do I think he was trying to survive after a point? Yeah. Was it, was he trying to survive at the point? I think so. Was it experience that kicked in? I think so. Was it excessive? I mean, that's up to y'all to judge that, man. I don't know. I just think, he did what he had to do. He used his, ring generalship and his monster, to survive and to last. I'm pretty sure if he wouldn't have did that, Benavidez probably would have, caught him with some clean punches and probably knocked him smooth out. But
Yeah.
just like that fight in Maryland, like you said, a guy, he was taking too much punishment. He, would go back but wouldn't come forward the same. And just like the guy that's in the wheelchair now that fought on Lamar Peterson's undercard in 2015. I
Pritchard,
can't think of his name. Pritchard Cologne. I
I know
was there at
about
that
all
fight.
this, man. It's fucked up that I know about it, but it's like I was watching those fights when it happened. Like when the Pritchard Cologne fight happened, the dude hit him behind the head like 30 times. It was the wildest shit I ever seen.
Yeah, and matter of
30
fact, the interview I
times,
did with
30
Terrell.
times, it was just like, damn, like now he knocked down from the shit. Like he actually got knocked down from the back of the headshot. Like,
Yep, and
something ain't right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but it's too late to
yeah,
get back now. You done missed 30 the back of the head.
yep. And for those who don't know, I did an interview with Terrell Williams after the fight, and I lie to y'all not. I literally still get comments to this day. You need to be put in jail. You need to die. He's still getting comments to this day, and that was almost 10 years ago. So with that being said, Caleb Plant.
Still to this day.
Yep, he still. I swear, I get comments every day on that Terrell Williams interview. You need to die. You need to be put in jail. In 2023, that fight was 8 years ago. He's still getting comments, death threats to this day. So with that being said, I think Caleb was getting hit with some shots behind the head. Not intentionally, but I think David, was trying to work, and Caleb wasn't trying to let him, do his best work. So he started clubbing his shots and hitting sometimes on the back of the head, behind the ear. And those are dangerous. So maybe the ref and the doctor saw that, and they was like, yeah, let him go to the doctor and make sure he good. But those can have some telling effects. You're gonna be fine today, then 24 hours later, you be in a motherfucking coma or something. So I mean, I think the doctor was a smart thing to do,
Yeah,
to
but I
check his
want to see
brain
how
and whatnot.
Caleb Plant's gonna look after this, DC. He took a lot of punishment, man. Do you think he's gonna be the same fighter? I mean, this is a lot of punishment, bro. It went 12 hard 3 minute rounds.
I mean, well, after you get out of the big fight, you're not going to tell right away, like a fight later, if somebody's declining. You'll typically tell, fights down the road. It ain't gonna be like your next fight, like, oh, he gonna decline his next one. I don't think it happens that quickly. You'll probably tell in his next three, four,
Yeah,
five
you're
fights.
right. It's not gonna happen overnight, but I don't know. I just want
Yeah,
to see how he talks and stuff like that after this. I haven't heard any post fight interviews or nothing. He went to the hospital after the fight.
yeah. He put some on Instagram. He said, he was good. If you check his Instagram, he got a quote up there. So he was like, everything checked out good or something. He said,
Oh, he good. He good.
yeah, check his Instagram. He has a quote on there. I don't remember what he said verbatimly, but it's on there. But yeah, them behind the head shots, it's kind of tricky, man. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes fights may get stopped prematurely. Sometimes they may get stopped too late. So you know, and Kenny Bayless know what he's doing, man. He's been refing for a long time, and ouch, he'll look at
Yeah.
fighters' eyes and
This is what Caleb Plant
cognitive.
said, y'all. I'm gonna put it up on the screen real quick. I'm gonna read it to y'all real quick. All right, this is what Caleb Plant said after the fight's over and done with. This is what he said, y'all. He says, just as a precautionary checkup, he says, I'm good. No injuries, nothing bad. Just a few licks. You can't break a poor boy's chin. I'll be back. Congratulations at Benavidez 300. I make no excuses. He was the better man. A great rivalry. We settled
All
it
right.
like men. Period.
Yep. So
That's
this
from the
thing heading.
desk of Caleb Plant, man. What do you think about what he had to say?
Yep. I mean, say he good. No bruising. Brain ain't bruised apparently. No blood in the brain. So yeah, he say he good. So and Kenny Bayless is a referee, man. He know how to. As big as his ass be in that damn ring, he know how to watch his fighters' eyes, man, and see if their
Oh
brain
shit.
ain't what I'm saying working right. His eyes be like goddamn I don't know. His ass be big as hell. Like he's looking real hard to make sure, what I'm saying, your cognitive function and your eyes is looking the right way. Because if anything look off, trust and believe he gonna stop that fight. But in the long haul, man, 10, 15 years from now, we don't know what those
Smash
punches
that
gonna
like
do.
button, y'all. We talking about the Caleb Plant, after the fight. He said he's good. He said, just a couple licks. He said you can't break a poor boy's chin. He says I'll be back. Congratulations, no excuses. And he pretty much said we settled it like men, man. We said we settled it like men. I feel like right now in today's time, there's not enough settling it like men going on. There's a lot of strap holding, what I'm saying, pistols holding fuck boys. What I'm saying? That'll never fight nobody. You know what I mean? So I just feel like I like the way he said that joint at the end, like men. We settled it like men. Like I like that though. That joint was
Yeah.
hard though. I ain't even gonna lie, that joint was hard. I was fucking with that joint.
Yes, hopefully, to give, these other promoters and networks, maybe it'll, what I'm saying, allow them
Yeah,
to
he
be a little
challenged
less
himself.
scared.
See, he challenged himself, man. Like a lot of people out here,
Yeah.
DC, they didn't challenge. They don't fight the best. They don't fight these type of fights. We don't get to see who's gonna win these type of fights because we don't get these fights. Look at Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yep.
We
So
don't get
hopefully,
these type of fights. Smash that like button, y'all. Let's get these likes up.
yep. So I'm
You
pretty
know?
sure, David and, Caleb, they couldn't have got no more than a million apiece. I don't know what their price was, but it couldn't have been no more than a million apiece. If
Yeah,
that.
because it wasn't for a world title. and that doesn't mean that they not gonna get a bag for it. I think they
Right.
got a couple million. I think they got at least a million, but I think they both got a couple million. But is it the Canelo money? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? Did Caleb Plant make more money against Canelo Alvarez? Fuck yeah. So it's like
Yeah.
it's just that's the way boxing is, y'all. You know what I mean? This was this fight better than the Canelo Caleb Plant? I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah. What about you, DC? You think this is better than the Canelo Plant fight?
Um. Yeah, I guess. I guess it was because it was a little bit of inside fighting, and it was more boxing with that. But I mean, I think both of them were good. But I guess maybe this fight edges it out a little bit. But so hopefully to give Al Heyman and like I said, these promoters and networks, man, and hopefully it'll allow them to damn if Caleb and Benavidez can jump out there and do it, why we can't get Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford together. But
Yeah, man.
I guess that's another video for another topic for another video, I guess.
Yeah, and it's like I said, both guys really wanted it, man. Both guys were determined in this fight, DC. Like Caleb Plant
Yeah.
was not backing down to the last bell. Did you see that shit?
Nope.
Like,
Yep.
I don't know, Caleb Plant built a little different, yo. I feel like a lot of fighters would have fucking would have go ahead and packed it in, yo. For real though. I think a whole lot of fighters out there would have packed it in, DC. They would have said, nah, fuck no, man. This dude putting so much pressure on me, yo. And he ain't even break one time. He ain't even get knocked down one time. That's respect, yo. I gotta respect that man. He took a L though. He damn sure took a L. But the way he took that joint, he was like, man, he ain't gonna break me, yo. I'm not allowing him to
Right.
break me, yo. He busted this dude face might not ever be the same because he got hit flush so many times in there, and I know he broke his nose. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like, I don't know, man. I just feel like Caleb
So
Plant
Corey,
showed he got heart, man. You know what I'm saying?
how did you score it?
I scored it 7-5.
Okay. That's how I had it.
You know what I'm saying? What did you have it?
Had the same way.
7-5?
Yeah.
I feel like the first 3 rounds, I feel like Caleb Plant was on it, yo. You know
Yep.
what I mean? It was on it. Like the first three, that's off the rip. Like, you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
first three off the rip. So it's like you down 0-3. You know what I mean? Yeah, you went crazy in 10, 11, and 12, but you started off so shaky.
Yeah.
He thought he was gonna get him out of there. I know that's what he thought. I know David Benavidez thought he was gonna get Caleb Plant out of there, but it didn't go down like that. Caleb Plant won't allowing that shit. Like he was like,
Nope.
"No, you hitting me with everything you got, and I'm still coming.
Yeah.
I'ma hold you, but I'm coming."
'Cause I think sometimes that trash talking be putting an extra battery in these fighters' backs.
100%, man.
He
a
said he's gonna
hundred
put his
percent.
ass in the hospital and this and that.
A
Caleb
hundred
said,
percent.
okay. That trash talking put a motherfucking serious battery in his back.
Damn.
Caleb like, now I'm gonna put your ass in. He said, "That you got these knockout streaks. Like we gonna see if you gonna keep your knockout streak." And I knew Benavidez didn't hit that hard. He hit hard, but he's
Yeah.
not that devastating. He punches in combination. He ain't no
Yeah.
one punch knockout artist like Tank.
Yeah.
He got to hit you in combination.
Yeah.
So his
Yeah.
knockout streak's about to go down. Like his last guy, he didn't even put on his back. The ref stopped it. The guy didn't even go down.
Yeah.
So Benavidez hit hard, but he ain't the hardest. Hit you with a two-piece and knock you out cold like Tank. Like he don't punch like that.
Yeah.
So I think his knockout streaks are gonna, start dropping. But that happens though, when you step up in competition.
Yeah. That's
It's
true.
gonna
Yeah.
happen. Fighters
That's
can take
true.
your punches better. They don't know how to get away from it and roll with it. They not do all that. All them tomato cans you was knocking out your first 15, 20 fights. When you get to a certain level, man, that's gonna stop.
Will you say DC? That's gonna stop.
Yep. Same with Mike Tyson. Same with I think Tank Davis eventually. But Tank got some smarts with his, so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You putting Tank in that shit, and I've been telling you that I truly feel like Tank's been different this whole time, man. And it's hard to put Tank on a level with these other fighters because it's like he is different because his power, like he said, Shakur, like, and I just want to touch on this real quick. I know we switching topics, you guys, but I gotta touch on this. My dog DC knows both fighters, so it's like I gotta ask him and what he feels like it. You know what I mean about this too, though. So
who's that?
Shakur Stevenson says he's gonna box the shit out of Javante Tank Davis. That's easy work. You know what I'm saying? He can't wait to fight Javante. He feels like he's gonna be the better man. He's way better. He's a way better boxer than Javante Tank Davis, and he's got way more skill than Javante Tank Davis. Okay, Shakur said all this about Tank. Tank's only response was, "All that shit sound cute until you get hit." He said,
Man.
"What are you gonna do what are you gonna do when he get hit?" And that's what I'm asking you, DC. Do you feel like the Shakur Stevenson Javante fight? I know we're looking past Ryan, but if we were to see that fight, which that is a fight that we possibly could see in the next year or two, you know,
Right.
who are you favoring right now and why? And like, how do you feel like the
God
power
damn.
dynamic will play? Do you think the power dynamic that Tank holds the power? Do you think that will play a different? Is that a different dynamic in that fight?
Well, Shakur ain't gonna be running in like Rolly did. So obviously he gonna take the power off Tank punch. He ain't gonna run in like Rolly, so it's like Tank gotta be tracking him down. So Shakur moving away, how Tank gonna hit him with one shot and knock him out if Shakur not running to him? Damn, that dog big as hell. How you doing?
Hey, tighten up, DC.
Hold on one second, hold on. There you go. Uh, um, what was I saying? But yeah, Shakur not, you know what I'm saying? He
uh,
not running towards Tank,
uh,
so how he gonna hit him with a I don't know one hitter quicker if he not running? He moving around, backing up and jabbing and boxing. So I think if he can stay away and keep boxing Tank, he can win the decision.
yeah.
But if he try to get ballsy, damn, bro. If he get ballsy and think I'm gonna go in there and try to stay on the inside for about 3 seconds, I won't do that.
Yeah.
But if he say I'm gonna just stay on the outside and boxing for 12, I mean, I could possibly see that happen.
So you can see Shakur winning.
Yeah, on the decision, if he stay on the outside and
Yeah.
keep boxing,
Yeah. I
but
don't
don't
know.
get
To me,
ballsy.
man. To me, man. I just think that Javante Tank Davis, man, the type of fighter he is, DC. He's more of more intelligent fighter than a lot of people give him credit for, man. You know, he's a lot more intelligent. A lot of people give him credit for, man. You know, he's been doing this for a long time, so it's like he's seen Shakur's style before. You know, or similar of. You see what I'm
Right,
saying? He's been in there with good boxers before. You see what I'm
right,
saying? That just particularly want to box. Coach Calvin ain't gonna just give Javante the easy way. You know, he's gonna put
right,
him in there with technicians. If he knows he's gonna go up against one. Ryan
right,
Garcia is not a technician. He's a good
right.
fighter with pop. He's a good fighter with pop. If he doesn't land his you know punch to hurt Tank, it's gonna be a long fucking night.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a long night for your boy Ryan if he doesn't land that punch to hurt Javante. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
battery low for Ryan. You know what I'm saying? If he don't land that joint,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Battery
Mm-hmm.
low for Ryan if he doesn't land that one punch. So I just think that Shakur versus Javante would be, you know, a really good fight. You know, you got a boxer, and a boxer puncher in Javante. You see what I'm saying? You got a
Right.
pure boxer in Shakur. We know what he's coming with. He's not gonna try to knock you out. I mean, if he sees an opening, of course he's gonna take it. But man, we know Shakur ain't going for no fucking knockout, man. And I don't think he'll get it against Javante either. But I'm
Nah.
just saying, Javante, on the other hand, does unlock the power to knock out Shakur Stevenson. We know this. This is a fact. So for him to talk like, you're just gonna box around Javante for 12 fucking rounds, that's hard to believe for me. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? That's hard to believe,
Yeah.
yo. You're just gonna box for Javante for 12 rounds and he's not gonna touch you once.
I'm not saying he don't get touched at all, but I'm saying like
I don't know, DC. That's a tough one. You're picking Shakur for the 12 round unanimous decision, but I'm willing to bet that and then it's like once he gets touched, how will he handle that though? I think that's what Javante wants to know too. You know, can he handle that? If he gets touched in his chin at the right
right.
time, at the right place. You see what I'm saying?
Yep, right time, right placement, all that.
Because we know Javante Tank Davis has power and placement.
Right.
This is a fact. But does he have power and placement with that caliber of a fighter in Shakur? They're saying he's greatness.
Right.
They're saying he's the best thing smoking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's putting on, damn near exhibitions in it against his sparring partners, and he's beating the shit out of them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he's
Yes.
getting good work with Keyshawn Davis. They're real close now. So
Right.
it's like you're getting good work. We know Shakur's getting good work. We know that.
Right.
But Javante Tank Davis, they're saying he's getting good work too, because we just seen Greg Hatchet do an interview talking about he just flew one of his fighters out there, you know,
Right.
and he said Javante was doing his thing. He said
Right.
he said it, he's seen enough. He said he could have stayed out there longer. They stood out there for
Right.
about a week and then they left. That means
Right.
Javante hitting on all cylinders, man. That man a bad man right now, man. This locked in Javante versus Shakur, whew, battery low,
Right.
man. Somebody's battery gonna be low. You know what I mean? Oh,
But
and I just think it's a good fight, man. But oh, let's go to the chat real quick. Shout out to he says Ryan Garcia in 8. Shakur ain't trying to fight Tank for another 8 years. Damn, bro. That's how he feeling?
I'm good. Yeah.
And he said
Let me
for
get a
another eight
picture. Hold on one
years.
second.
But yeah, man. That's wild. But yeah, man, we got off
Mm-hmm.
topic, man.
There you go. No problem.
Let the fight fans know where they can follow you and shit, man. I'm gonna get off this live stream, man. And yeah, man, I can't wait to see these big fights, man. That's all I'm gonna say,
No
man. I
doubt.
just can't wait to see these big fights, man. I
DC
think
Mike TV every. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say I think we're on the I think with this Javante Tank Davis fight, and the Caleb Plant Benavidez fight getting made, there's a lot of big fights that I feel like are gonna start having a domino effect. Like these fighters are gonna have to start fighting each other, DC. That's all it is to it.
Yeah. Hopefully that starts happening.
He's
Hopefully
saying Shakur ain't gonna fight Tank for another 8 years. I beg to differ. I think it's gonna be shorter than that.
another 8 years. Okay. Well, y'all
That's
gotta
what he's
realize,
saying.
man, it ain't just the fighters, man.
It ain't. Yeah, yeah. Tell him, man. You
You-
work firsthand with promoters, DC. Tell him.
Yep, promoters and networks is not just fighters, y'all. I'm telling you, I work firsthand with promoters. I know how I kind of go on the inside. It ain't just about the fighters matching up. It got to make sense to the promoters and the networks. See, I got to start with all this. He ducking and he scared. It's the fighters not scared of each other. It's a team effort.
He said Shakur ain't trying to fight Tank for another 8 years.
Okay.
But Shakur just called out Tank. He's saying he wants to fight Tank.
Well, I don't know, man. Boxing is a business, more so a business now than it's ever been, the last 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta remember that, man. It's a
Yeah.
team effort. It's the fighters gotta be on the same page. The managers, the promoters, and the networks. If they're not all on the same page, a fight will not get done. You might say, what do you mean by that? Bob, be on the same page. It gotta make sense for their, the money gotta be there. Gotta make sense for the brand, the company, the whole nine. So everybody gotta be on the same page, y'all. It's not just y'all, it's almost like y'all Xing out. Y'all can't X out the promoter and the network and the managers. You can't. They're involved in this as well. It ain't just the fighter got the final say so. Yeah, the fighter should have the final say so, but it's a team effort. So if anything, y'all, if anything, y'all need to, go at the networks, go at the promoters, because everybody needs to get paid. It ain't just the fighter; it's a team effort. So y'all got to remember that. But y'all just follow me, DC Mike TV everywhere, or go to my, website, dcmiketv.com. All my links will be right there for my social media handling. And yeah, that's all. You still here, Corey?
Your prediction on the Tank versus Ryan fight, early prediction.
You talking about me?
Yeah, it's subject to change, y'all. I
Um,
mean, it's still early, but yeah.
um, I think Tank wins by. I think he wins by TKO. I think TKO. I don't think it'll be a knockout. I don't think Ryan is gonna. If he get ballsy and try to run in there, then he gets knocked out cold. But if he doesn't run in, I think, I don't know, 8-9 TKO, 8-9 round,
All right, then, man.
possibly the 10th.
The 10th, okay, okay. It sounds like you all over the place, but all right, we got you though, man. We got you. We got you.
Yeah.
We got you. But yeah, man, thank you for joining us, DC Mike TV, man. Salute to everybody out there that's watching this and that's gonna rewatch this. Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez was a barn burner. It was an awesome fight. Thank you guys for watching this Corley Boxing, and you've definitely been hit with another banger. Peace out, you guys.